Welcome. Today we'll be exploring how to craft an audience personalization campaign using Fibr. This tutorial will guide you on how to tailor your landing page to cater to audiences from diverse traffic sources. Before we dive in, ensure you've integrated and validated the Fibr SDK on the URL where you plan to create a campaign. This can be achieved by visiting the Setup page under the Settings section. If you require a detailed guide on SDK setup on your site, Fibr's support videos and documentation are at your disposal. Now, let's get started. First, navigate to the left-hand navigation panel and choose Personalization, followed by Audience Personalization. This page displays all your previously created audience personalization campaigns. To initiate a new campaign, head to the top right corner and click on New Campaign. Here you can specify the website you want to personalize. Let's name this campaign Fibr Audience Personalization. Once you've named your campaign, confirm by clicking on Create at the top right corner of the page. Fibr is designed to ensure accurate session tracking and conversion data. It automatically updates the entered URL to the final loaded URL. Acknowledge this by clicking on Got it, and you'll be redirected to the campaign page of Audience Personalization. On the left side, you can view the campaign name, the associated URL, and the current status of the campaign. Below this, you'll find the steps to create and launch a campaign. Here, you'll encounter options to create audience and create variant. Remember, you must establish an audience before creating a variant. Proceed by clicking on Create Audience. A pop-up will appear, presenting different audience rules. Here, you'll define which segment of the audience will view this particular variant. Let's delve into the available rule types. Click on Select Rule Type to unveil a range of options. We'll guide you through each one. The first rule is straightforward: all visitors. This means that every visitor to your website will see the variant you're creating. Next up, we have the UTM parameters rule. This rule allows you to select a UTM source, medium, campaign, content, or term. It offers the flexibility to set these parameters to be any or none of, depending on your specific needs. Feel free to name the rule as you wish. For instance, Test. Once it's named, the newly created link along with the UTM parameters will be displayed below. You also have the option to add another rule here. This functions as an AND parameter, implying that incoming audiences must meet both the rules to be classified into this specific audience. Now, let's discuss the behavior rule. With this rule, you can personalize the site differently for first-time visitors and repeat visitors. Here, I'll show you how to set the rule such that the variant is shown only to new visitors. Next, to set up the variant for repeat visitors, you can define the rule as granular as the number of visits by the user. So now, the audience rules we have defined here include a UTM parameter and a behavior rule, which indicates that this variant will be seen only by visitors who are viewing the site for the third time. The next rule we'll explore is device category. This rule is quite simple. You can select whether the variant is to be seen by visitors using a desktop, mobile, or tablet. The final rule we'll explore is technology. Here you can select the browser or operating system the visitor is using to access your website. For instance, if I select Browser and choose Any, I'm given the option to select a single or multiple browsers. Let's take Operating System as another example. You can make equivalent selections here too. This allows you to create a rule for users of Chrome, Safari, or iOS. Next, let's explore the rule for location, one of the most frequently used rules on Fibr. This rule enables you to segment your website visitors based on their geographical location, such as city, state, or country. You could specify a city like New York, or directly specify a country such as Australia, or even a state. With these settings in place, any visitor from New York, Australia, or California who has made 3 visits and has a UTM source equal to test1 will be shown this specific variant. To remove any rule, simply click on the delete icon. If none of the provided URL parameters meet your requirements, you have the flexibility to create a custom parameter. For instance, let's create a parameter called influencer and assign it the value John. Now, as you can see, the link includes your custom URL parameter, influencer, John, along with UTM source test. Once you've set your audience rules, you can rename the specific audience set, if you wish, by clicking on the pencil icon. After making your changes, click Save. Now, let's move on to creating a variant for the audience you've just defined. Click on Create Variant. You'll be redirected to the Fibr editor. Please note, you need to have the Fibr Chrome extension installed on your browser to proceed. Our powerful editor allows you to modify every aspect of your website. Begin by selecting an element you wish to change. This could be headlines, text, videos, or other media. For this demonstration, we'll select an H1 element. See the element highlighted in red? Let's rename this to Audience Personalization. I've made a typo, but let's overlook that for now. You can also change the text color. Let's select blue. To explore the full capabilities of our editor, we recommend viewing our step-by-step guide video on the Fibr editor. After making these changes, you have the option to review and adjust the mobile version. Once you're satisfied, click Save. You'll then be prompted to track an event, which will help in measuring the conversion rate. Let's create an event by selecting a button. In this case, the 30-day free trial button. A pop-up will appear with a Track Click section. Here you can establish a new click tracking metric on Fibr, or select an existing one from your Fibr dashboard. For instance, let's create a new metric named Fibr CTA button. After naming it, click Create. Once you save your changes, you'll be redirected back to the campaign page. Here, you can see the changes made directly below the variant name. If you wish, you can rename the variant and preview the changes on either mobile or desktop layout. If necessary, you can return to the editor to make additional changes. You also have the option to duplicate the same variant by clicking on this button. Should you decide a specific variant is no longer necessary, simply click the delete icon. Fibr offers you the flexibility to craft an unlimited number of personalizations tailored for various audiences. If you need to create bulk personalizations, Fibr provides that option as well. For more information, please reference our Fibr guide on bulk audience personalization campaign creation. Upon completion, you'll find the tracking metrics listed below. The Fibr CTA button is a new metric, while Thank You is an existing one. To introduce a new metric, simply press Add a Metric. You can select a GTM event, a Google Tag Manager event, as long as your Google Tag Manager is integrated with Fibr. Alternatively, you can add a click tracking event created by Fibr. At the end, you'll notice the holdout. This signifies the percentage of audiences who will continue to see the original variant. In other words, 10% of the audience, even if they qualify for the rule, will still see your original variant. This is to measure the effectiveness of the campaign. If you want to share the URL you just created, simply select the audience and click on Copy. Once your campaign is live, this link can be shared with anyone. To get started, you can schedule it by clicking on the Schedule button located in the top right corner. You can select the time zone, a start date and time, and an end date and time. For now, I'll start the campaign. Once you click Start, your campaign will be live. After it's launched, you can view all the analytics by navigating to the Analytics section, conveniently located right next to the campaign details. Thank you.